So we want to look at expansion. That's the main lesson for today. Confirm you can all see my whiteboard.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we want to look at it in detail. So for example, if I have x plus 2 multiplied by x plus 3, close brackets. What it means, because we want to remove brackets, we want to expand, is that this x term multiplies everything in that bracket. And your plus, so you collapse one of the brackets. You don't collapse both of them, you collapse one of them. Then 2 multiplies everything in this bracket. So to do that thing, if I'm to write that down, it means x brackets x plus 3. Because I'm saying this x is multiplying that term. Then we have a plus 2 there, plus 2 brackets x plus 3. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let's remove the brackets. I think we lost one of you. Let's remove the brackets. Now, can you remove the brackets? Emily, what's x times x?
I think maybe it's 2x, something like that.
No, 2x, remember you're adding x plus x. If you multiply x times x, you should get an x what? An x squared, x to the power of 2. From 2 messy. X times x is x to the power of 2. Then x times 3 is 3x. Then 2 times x is plus 2x. Then 2 times 3 is plus 6. Then we can add these, both these are like terms. So what's our final answer? X squared plus 5x plus what? Plus 6. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Making sense? Now let's say I have m, 2m plus 4 brackets 3m minus 6. So to do that, you now know 2m multiplies that bracket, so we collapse one of them. 2m brackets 3m minus 6. Then plus 4 multiplies everything in that bracket, so plus 4 brackets 3m minus 6. Now, can someone expand this for us? What do you get here? 2m times 3m, what do you get?
6m.
6m what? M times m is what? It's just m or m squared?
M squared. 6m squared.
6m squared. Then 2m, so it's minus what? 2m multiplied by 6 minus 12 what? M. Clear? Then multiply there, you get a plus 12m. Then multiply this, you get minus positives and negatives, and negative 24. But this gives you 0 there, because this is minus 12 plus 12 in terms of m. In math, that gives you 0 times m. This is 0. This part. So what's the final answer? 6m squared minus 20 what? Minus 24. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now, can you try this? Give you 30 seconds. 4n minus 4 multiplied by 2n squared plus 5. Let's try it. In less than a minute, it should be done. Hi, morning, how are you? Tanasco is not in the maths lesson. I'm not sure what's happening. Okay. Okay. So maybe it's power issues that these guys are not in this. Are you done? Emily? I want to give it a try.
I was not quite sure with my answers because
No,
of
that's fine. Yeah, I know it's your first time. Just hold on. Hi. Where are you? We are in the maths lesson. It started like 20 minutes ago. Remember, it was half past on the timetable. Yeah. Extended. So okay, Emily is fine. I know. So can you walk me through? I am interested in the. I know Joanna is there. I think she must be confident with this. So now, can you walk me through, Emily, there what you did so that we work together? You said 4n brackets what?
2n
2n squared
squared.
plus 5. Huh? Then you have a minus 4 brackets what? 2n squared plus what?
2n squared plus 5 plus
Now let's remove the brackets together. So if we multiply this by that, we get what? 4 times 2 is what? 8. Then n times n squared, what do you get? Maybe that's why you're not sure. N times n squared, it will be n to the power of what?
I think 3.
Yes, correct. N to the power of 3 like this. Okay. Then there we have 4n times 5. So it gives us 20 what? 20n. Do you agree?
20n.
Now let's remove the brackets this side. So if we multiply that, we get minus 8 what? N squared. Clear? Then negative times positive is a minus 20. Can you see that you can't simplify anything? This is n cubed, this is n, this is, so all these are unlike terms. So you leave your answer like that. You can't simplify. Clear? Because all of them, they are unlike terms.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Does that make sense? Joanna, was that your answer?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So sometimes for your extended, you get things like this. Okay. So maybe let's look at one more example there. So if I have 6y squared minus 2 multiplied by 4y squared plus y. Can you try that? Apply what you collapse in one bracket, giving you 30 seconds. Hello? Hi, how are you?
So you mentioned there's no power at home, that's why it's not in the lesson.
Oh, because all the boys, I was thinking what's happening, boys. I think him, Tanatsko, I think they're also saying power is gone. Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, okay, that's okay.
I think I got an answer.
Hmm?
I think I got an answer.
Oh, that's good. Joanna, you're done? Emily and sister
Yes, sir.
and the doctor. Tamara, what happened to her? She failed to join. Let me just hear what's happening with her. Is that her there? Okay, she's just joining now. Tamara, can you hear us? Tamara, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
So, Tamara, just to explain to you, comets. If you are doing sciences, you don't do comets. Maybe you didn't know what comet is. Comets, even if you get 99% or 100%, the highest you can get is a C. Yeah? That's why it's called comets. It's simply basic primary maths. How to get them? So it's not advisable. We only advise comets to those students that are really struggling in maths. Huh? Okay, that's the ones that do comets. So it's called extended. So we're doing expansion here. So just to explain, I think I also sent you the video when we started, is that when you put, I think you also learned that in primary, you collapse one of the brackets. It means, for example, 6x squared multiplies that, -2 also multiplies that. So now, Emily, I'm sure you were doing 6y squared brackets, multiplying this whole term, which is 4y squared plus y. Then -2 multiplies that whole term. So -2 brackets 4y squared plus y. Then we remove brackets. It means this term is multiplying everything in that bracket. So 4 times 6 times 4 is 24. Everyone knows that. Y squared times y squared is y to the power of 4. Clear? Then 6y squared times y is plus 6y to the power of 3. Okay, y to the power of 1. Now remove the brackets there, minus 8y squared. Then minus 2 what? Y. Do we agree? Is there any like term? There is no like term. Look at this. All these terms you can't simplify. So your answer is simply what? Like that. Abby? Tamara?
Yes, sir.
So let's say we have another example here. Let's say I've got 5k minus 2 brackets 4k plus 2 like this. So again, we have to collapse one of the brackets. This multiplies that. So 5k brackets 4k plus 2, then minus 2 as it is, brackets 4k plus 2. So I'm sure you are writing those examples as we are doing that. It's good for your revision. Now, if we multiply these two, we get 20 what? K squared. Then multiply that, we get 10 what? 10k. Then multiply these two, we get minus 8k. Negative times a positive is a minus 4. Then we get 20k squared, sorry, 20k squared plus 20. What do you get? You can simplify these are like terms, the middle terms. What's 10k minus 8k?
2K.
2k. So 20k squared plus 2k minus 4. We add that. Everyone. On expansion. Expansion
Yes.
is the easiest. Huh? Okay, now having done expansion, the next thing that we want to look at, so I'll give you an exercise at the end, is we want to look at factorization and to explain in detail how we, so when we are factorizing, we are doing the opposite of what we are doing just now. Oh, we lost one of you again. So factorization, I think it's to do with electricity. So some use S, some books use Z. I think UK, English, we use Z. American S. Factorization. It's the opposite of what we're doing. Huh? So for example, if you're asked to factorize x squared plus x minus 30. So we want factors of this, two factors that multiply each other. Because I have an x squared term, that's the first thing that I want to break it. It means I'm multiplying a term of x, multiplying by another term of what, Emily? A term of x. Clear? That's the first thing. Then I look at this number here. It's a negative number. How do you get a negative number in maths? It's when you it's only when you multiply a positive times a what? Times a negative. It means one of the factors here is a positive and the other one is a what? Because we have a negative here. One of them is a positive and the other one is a negative. Can you see that, Tamara, the technique that we are using? Okay. Then we inspect the middle term. The middle term is a plus 1x. So it's a positive. What it means is that what it implies straight away is that the positive number is greater than the what? The negative number. Okay. But those numbers that we are multiplying to get a negative 30, they have a difference of plus 1. So they are simply 1 apart. So I'm sure at 30, you know that 30 is 1 times 30, of which this have got 29. The difference between them is, so it's 2 times 15. I'm just listing them, but you can find the answer straight away if you are very good in math. 3 times 10, 4 doesn't go. So 5 times what? Times 6. Do you agree? These two have got a difference of what? Of 1. That's what we want. But we say the positive number is greater because it's a plus. So it's
Than
a
the
plus
negative.
6 minus 5. We are done. Making sense?
Yes.
So if we were to look at a different, slightly different from this, almost similar concept, if we've got x squared, we want to factorize minus x minus 30. So now, because I have an x squared term here, I'm multiplying an x term, multiplying by an x term. Then I inspect the last term. It's a negative number. A negative number is only a positive times a negative. So one of them is a positive and the other one is a negative. But this time, it's a negative. So if it's a negative, when we are adding the factors, it means the negative number is greater than the positive number. But they have a difference of minus 1, so a difference of 1 again. So we are still dealing with 6 times 5. But the only difference is that the negative number is greater. So this is minus 6 and this is plus 5. Making sense? If you expand them, you go back to this. Clear? So far? Yes. Question? No question. Yes.
Why the,
Yes.
on the first
Yes.
equation you wrote
There.
I
This
think it
one.
was plus
Plus,
6
yes.
and then the
Plus,
other one was minus 5.
yes.
But this one is plus 5 and this and the other one is minus 6.
So look at this here. What did we say about the middle term here? It's a plus 1, huh? Plus 1x. So we said it means the positive number is greater than the what? The negative number. And those factors have a difference of 1. So it's 5 and 6. So if the positive number is greater, that's why we wrote plus 6 here. Then this is minus 5. Well, 6 is greater than 5. So now the only difference here is on this, it's a negative. It means the negative number is greater than the positive number. So that's why we are having minus 6. That making sense?
Yes, sir.
Hi. Oh, that's why. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm also recording the. Okay, sorry guys. So now let's look at another example. It will make sense just to you guys. M squared. Let's just have another example. So now I'm going to do with m squared minus 5m minus 24. Okay. So to break it, so we've got an m term multiplying another m term. Now, how do you get a negative number in maths? When you multiply a positive times a negative. So one of them is positive, the order does not matter, one of them is negative. Are we together there? Tamara? Now, once we are done,
Yes.
we inspect the middle term. It's a negative. It means the negative number is greater than the positive one. The positive number. Okay. But those factors of 24 have got a difference of what? Of 5. Think of 24. 24, it can be 24 times 1, but they have a difference of 23. We want a difference of 5. Think of 2 times, but you can do that in your head. 2 times that, they have a difference of 10, not a difference of 5. Think of 3 times what? 8. Huh? They've got a difference of what? 5. Huh? But we said the negative number is greater than. You see how that's easy if you apply the logic? Making
Yes,
sense?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's look at something different. What if I have something like this? I have m squared plus 8m plus 12. Okay. So to factorize that, I've got an m term multiplying by another m term. Now, because m times m will give us m squared. Okay. Now we have a positive. Can someone tell me how do I get a positive number in maths? I multiply a positive times a what? Positive. Do you agree? Is there any way to get a
Yes.
positive besides multiplying a positive times a positive? There's another way.
No, sir.
A negative
negative.
times a negative. Okay. Now let's inspect the middle term. Is it possible to add 2 negative numbers and get a positive? It's not possible. Because if you're adding 2 negative numbers, you're increasing the negative. So this is out here. So it means the 2 terms are both what? Positive. Making sense?
Sir.
Yes.
But when you add those 2 terms, you get what? You get 8. You multiply them, you get that. So 12 times 1. If you add that, you get 13, not this. 2 times 6, which is the answer. If you add them, you get 8. The order does not matter. Clear? Looks like we lost one
Yes.
of it there.
Yes, sir.
I think it's to do with this network there. Let's have a different one. If I have, let's say y, so y squared. I want to do a different trick one, not a trick one. So if I have y minus 15 y plus 40 what? 42. Like this. Now, the same tricks or the same concepts, so that is actually easy. Y term multiplying a y term. Then I have a positive in maths. It's a positive multiplied by a positive or a negative multiplied by a negative. But which one are we going to use? Inspect your middle term. Huh? Is it possible to add 2 positive numbers and get a negative?
No, sir.
It's not
No, sir.
possible. So this is out. So the only one to consider is a negative and a negative. So you're increasing in the negative direction. Let's think of 42 here. 2 times what? 21, which is out. Because if it's negative, negative here It's mine, you are increasing in the negative, you don't get 15. Then you think of 3. How many times does 3 go into 42? And even use your calculator, isn't that 14? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Which means we might not have an answer here. I made a mistake. This was supposed to be minus 70. My apologies. Minus 70. But I wanted this to be minus 14 and minus 3. Can you correct that? That's minus 70. Hi, how are you? Hi. Hi, how are you? Hi. Oh, sorry, guys. I was it's a parent that I was calling. Today is just, you know, when you start things, you get parents calling. Huh? Then now, what I want to introduce last, so don't be intimidated. So the more we practice, it will make sense. So when I have something like this here, I can't apply, as long as the coefficient of the x squared term is greater than 1, you can't apply what we've been doing. Huh? Clear? Now, in your textbook, there's a method. So the first method, then I'll show you the other tricks. But now the method that you do, you multiply the first term, as long as the coefficient of the x squared, forget about what we've been doing. So you multiply this by that, you get minus 6 what? X squared. Is that clear? You guys are quiet. Minus 6 x squared.
Yeah.
Then now, what we do now is we think of minus 6 in our head. We want factors of minus 6, which is obvious. So it's obvious one of them is a positive times a negative. Okay. That when we add, they give us minus what? Minus 5. Or they have a difference of 5, which is 6 times 1. But since it's a negative, which one is negative and which one is positive? The negative number is greater. So it's minus 6 times what? Times 1. But remember, this is x. So what we are dealing with, breaking it down here, we are actually dealing with negative 6x multiplied by x. 1x is x. Because this gives us negative 6x squared. When we add them, we get minus 5x. Then you take these two factors as they are, you replace, the order does not matter, you replace this term here with these two factors. So now it becomes 2x squared, like this, minus 6x, this is a positive, plus x minus 3. Don't solve them because you go back to this. Then you factorize this part, you factorize this part. Now, if you factorize this, there's 2x that can go into both. So 2x, factor out 2x. Divide there, you get x, minus, divide there, you get 3. Then you want this to be exactly like this. So the only tricky thing is you simply say plus 1, because 1 does not change anything. It becomes x minus 3 like this. So that this is exactly the same. When this is exactly the same, this is the other factor. So it will be x minus 3 brackets 2x plus 1. Clear? Emily?
This one I didn't quite get it.
Didn't get it, huh? That's fine. Nigel, Tamara, did you get it?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Not yet. Okay, that's fine. You'll get it as we do more examples, yeah? So okay, that's fine. Now, let's look at some examples here. Put it, where is my textbook? Okay, let me take examples from my textbook straight away. Then we play around with them. With algebra. Okay, so the following factorize. Okay, so let's look at 6, maybe 2x squared. So we do 3 or 4 examples to make sense. Plus x minus 21. So because the x squared term is greater than 1, we can't use the method that we are using. So we multiply first term multiply by last term. When you multiply that, we get minus 42x squared. That's step 1. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if you want to do the long way of maths, this is a negative here. I was just doing shortcuts. If you want to do the long way, we think of, okay, product and sum. I want to do this way. You can do this table here, product, sum. I think in your books you get it, something like that. Now, let's think of this. We can have minus, remember negative times positive, well, this is negative. You can have minus 42x multiplied by what? By x. I can have 42 positive multiplied by, sorry, x here, multiplied by minus x. But what's the difference there? Isn't the difference should be 1 x here? So there's no way I can have a difference of 1 if I add these two here. Because if I add this here, I'm saying negative 42 plus 1. That gives me minus 41x. That's out because we have a plus x here. If we add this here, we get a 41x. So it's out. I'm adding that plus that. Then let's divide 2. 2 times, or how many times does 2 go into 42? So it's 2 times what? So if it's a positive here, it's 2x multiplied by minus 21x. Now this again is out because they've got a difference way greater than 1. Or even if you do minus 21 multiplied by what? But I didn't want you to do all this. It's not necessary. That's the long way that is in the book. Or we want to think of numbers that are very close together, because they've got a difference. What are the numbers from your maths, mental maths? Factors of 42, numbers that you multiply get 42, that they've got a difference of 1 straight away. What are they? Ignore the x squared now. Just think of negative 42. So what are the numbers?
6 and
6 and 7. Huh?
Is it
6 times
6
7?
and
Yes,
7.
yes. 6 times 7. But now look at this. This is a positive. So if this is a positive, the positive number is greater. So it's 7x multiplied by negative 6x, like that. Once you are quick to get this. Then we replace the middle term by these two factors, 7x and the minus 6x, like that. So this will be 2x squared plus 7x minus 6x. Maybe that's the part where most of you replace the middle term by these factors. But I don't simplify them, because if I simplify them, I go back straight to this. I now try to use factorization. What can I factor out here? 2 cannot go into 7 without leaving a remainder. I can only factor out x. So divide by x like this. So you get 2x divided by x plus 7. Then where the catch is there is if I'm to use a positive 6 here, I won't get the answer. I'll show you why. Then I'll remove it. If I use a plus, sorry, what number can go into 6 and 21? Is 3, huh? Let's say we were to use a plus 3 here. Look at this. If I use a plus 3 here, I get a minus 2x there. Then I get a minus 7. It's not exactly this. It has to be exactly the same. So what do we use instead of plus 3? We use minus what? Minus 3. If we divide minus 3 negative, it's a positive, so it's 2x. Then this is exactly plus 7. That's what we want. We want them to be exactly the same. So if they are exactly the same, it means the other factor, you're simply regrouping this, is x minus 3. Sorry. X minus 3 brackets 2x plus 7. X minus 3 brackets 2x plus 7. Clear? Making sense now?
Yes.
Emily?
Yes, sir.
Tamara?
Yes, sir.
Now
It's
let's
making
try
sense.
4y squared minus 23y plus 15. Can we try to factorize using the same concept? Give you 2 minutes. Is one of you done? I see like is that raising a hand? Is that Nigel? No, Tinashe.
I think I'm done.
If you check your Tinashe, just to check your timetable, Tinashe is asking me a question. If you check that timetable, it says half one. The maths is just an exercise because the maths form 1 is 12:30, so it's 30 minutes. Then when we are doing it, the form 1 is actually writing an exercise now. Then if you look below that, it actually says IGCSE maths 12:30. So check your timetable. It's actually 12:30 to what?
Oh, I see it now.
Okay. Then 1:30 is lunch. Oh, someone is done. Yes. Tamara, are you done? Not yet. Joan?
Not done.
So I think I'm done.
Okay, just hold on. The girls not yet done.
I'm done.
Right, so Tamara, then?
No, sir.
Are you getting lost or something? You can actually use your calculator to find some of these things. Don't have to use them because your math is a calculator version. You can play around, but if you're good, maybe there's should be done. Maybe there was one or two things you didn't get. You can maybe get it as we explain. We go together, everyone. Those that were done, Nigel, what's your answer?
I got bracket y minus 5 bracket
Hold on.
bracket
Y
4y minus 3.
y minus 5, like this.
Yes,
Bracket 4y minus 3.
minus 3.
Okay. Looks like that's correct. Now, so Tamara, just check. Last term multiplied by last term, we get 60 what? Y squared. Huh? I'm sure you did that, Tamara and Emily. So 60y squared there. Then this is a positive here. Okay, we are getting a negative here. Remember, it's a positive times or negative times negative. So it means both of them are negative. Huh? We are multiplying two negative numbers. But those two negative numbers will give us 20 what? When we add them, we get negative 20 what? 23. So in your head, think of 60 times 1, or if you want it, minus 60 times minus 1. Ignore the y. I'm saying minus 60y minus 1 minus y. This will never give us this. It gives us minus 61. Think of minus 2 there, Tamara. You can be playing around with the calculator like this. Minus 2 minus 30. So this will give us minus 32 when we add them. They don't give us this. Then think of 3 times what? 3 times 20. Negative, huh?
20.
Negative. Yes. So you see, when we add them, Tamara, they will get negative 20 what? 3. Because we are saying
3.
minus 3 plus minus 20. We are increasing in the negative. So these are our two factors. So this is minus 20y multiplied by minus 3y. So this is giving us positive like that. Then we replace this by that. So 4y, the order does not matter. 4y squared minus 20y minus 3y. You see how quick, Tamara, it is to get this factor. Now, plus what? Plus 15. You are replacing the middle term with that. Don't solve them because you go back to this. Now, what number can I divide? Number goes into 4 and 20 is 4. So 4y. Divide there, you get y. Divide there, you get minus 5. Like this. Y cancels out. Then you want this to be negative, so use minus 3 there because it goes into the divide. Positive by negative, get a negative 5. So this is exactly the same. That's what you wanted. The other factor is that. So 4y minus 3 brackets y minus 5. Clear? Making sense?
Yes.
It's not quite.
Okay, so now confirm everyone, you all have the 50th edition soft copy. You might not have the physical. Most of you have got the soft copy. Confirm? The
Which
soft,
book, sir?
the maths, extended maths 5th edition. Tamara, do you have that? I gave to your mom. 5th edition,
Oh, let me check.
the textbook, soft copy. Nigel, you were using that. You have it, huh?
Yeah, I think I'll check.
And the girls, Emily, I gave your father that book, 5th edition.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I want now is we want to go to an exercise to do this. Just what to practice what we've been doing. Nigel, I gave the book to your mom there. If you don't have it, let me know. I'll have to resend it.
Okay.
Do you have it?
Let me check if I sent it on my computer.
Tamara, did you get the book?
No, I didn't receive the book.
Your mom, I gave her all the books that I'm talking about here. Oh, your science text.
Okay.
But she said she asked me to send copies. So I'm not sure what that is. Anyway, so it's in two, the book. The girls, they said they have just hold on. So let me send. Who has it? Nigel, you're saying you don't have. I'll send the book to you. That's the book we'll be using. That's the latest book for. It's in two parts. It's actually 500 pages. 500 and something. So I'm sending the first part, which we have, then I'll send the other part. Just keep them on your laptops. Soft copies. So right now, I have sent the first part. Then now, I am sending the part 2 of the book. So that you have both. The other girls, they have that. So because now it's lunchtime, but I want to give you the exercise from the books. That's why I was saying you need to download it. I'm sure, depending on your internet, you see that I'm sure you're now downloading. Is that true? The book. You guys are very quiet. So now I want to look at what page is our there. The page is our algebra. Okay. So that's hold on. Let me go back. Should be page 60 something. If I go back to the key of the first page is there, we look at algebra expansion. That's what it. Simultaneous problems, brackets and simplifying 64, factorizing 84, quadratic equations. So page 84. Let's go to page 84. Page may be slightly different. Just checking on the phone. On the laptop, page numbers can be quite different. Maybe 3 or 4 pages. Page 84. Yes. This page was. I was saying go to page somewhere around page 84. 84. No, I don't see that. It's after 84. Okay. Yep. Did you see it? Mine it seems to be after page 90. On factorization.
So
Yes.
um,
Yours is page
it
what?
looks. I wanted to ask: is it a complete mathematics for Cambridge IGCSE?
Extended. Yes.
Yes, it is extended
The 5th edition. Huh?
by Rainer.
Yes, 5th edition. Are you there? 5th edition.
You said
You found it. 5th edition.
yes, I have the book.
Is that John? Who is speaking?
No, it is.
It's Tamara is saying you don't have it.
I have it, sir.
You found the book that I'm talking about, the 5th edition. So is everyone on page 9? Mine is page 90. Exercise, let's go to exercise 25. Exercise 25. Are you there? Exercise 25. Mine is on page 92. Yours, mine is on page 96. But I'm saying your phone or your laptop might be different.
Mr. A, can you send it to me?
A page, you have the book, huh? The textbook. The same textbook we have been using, the 5th edition. You lost the book. 5th edition.
Is it about?
Yeah, can I just send the soft copy?
Okay, where it says factorize the following, number 1 is like x squared plus 7x plus
Sir.
10. Did you find it?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone else without that so far? Okay. So let's do
Sir,
yes.
is it 2.9 factorizing? Because the one I only see.
It's exercise 25. Which book are you using?
Oh, okay. So mine is on page 96.
Yeah, I'm saying pages might be different. You found it. The first one is like, the second one is x factorize x squared plus 7x plus 12.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yes. So let's do number 15 to 30. 15 to 30, yeah, there. Exercise 15 to 30, Tamara. You found the page that I'm talking about. 15 to 30, exercise 25.
Yes, sir.
Then we go to exercise 26. What you've been just doing now. I want you to do number 20 to 30, 10 of them. 20 to 30. 20 to 30.
Sorry, sir, may you please repeat?
Exercise 25.
Sir.
Yes.
So it's exercise 25, 15 to 30.
Yes. Then we go to
Then
exercise
it's
26.
exercise 26,
Yes.
20 to 30.
20 to 30. Did you get it, Nigel? Nigel, did you get the instructions?
Yes, I got it.
Yes. Anyone without the book, Tinashe said that it's recent. I thought that's what you were using during the holiday. You lost the book.
Yeah.
So I have recorded those that were, I think we're recording the lesson. So that's fine. You'll ask me for the recording. I'll upload it on YouTube also. So we are done there for today. So this lesson I'll also upload it on YouTube. I think after lessons. If you didn't get anything, is that clear? They can always send you my YouTube link. Okay, so we see you for Geo. I think those that do Geo, if I'm correct. Geo is at 3.
Yes.
Almost is
Okay, sir.
Geo. Okay. Later.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.